are 5 things that pretty consistently make ADHD worse. Having a messy environment, not eating, not sleeping, not drinking, and not moving enough. But ironically, these are all things that people with ADHD notoriously have a hard time keeping up with. Why is that? Well, it's pretty simple. The reward that you get by completing these 5 tasks regularly is a lack of discomfort. You're not actually getting any positive reward that makes you feel extra good. It's just that when you do these, you feel normal, and when you don't do them, you feel dysregulated. And so when the reward that you get is just continuing to be even keeled, it's going to be really hard to prioritize completing those tasks over things that feel urgent because there's going to be a consequence if you don't do them, or things that feel particularly rewarding. Plus, a lot of people with ADHD don't accurately evaluate the risks associated with not keeping up with these care tasks because they often don't associate the overwhelm, overstimulation, and dysregulation they feel with these needs not being met. But they absolutely can be a huge driver of your dysregulation. For example, being in a messy environment can be incredibly dysregulating, not only because the visual clutter can be very overstimulating, but a lot of people with ADHD view mess as a visual to-do list. And if you're constantly getting prompts of other things that you need to do as you're just trying to get from point A to point B, that is a recipe for a meltdown. So if you know that you're not going to engage in these care tasks regularly enough because they're not intrinsically rewarding, what can you do? Number 1 is to start consciously attributing the dysregulation you feel with having these needs not being met, because in all likelihood, a lot of the times that you're dysregulated, it's because you didn't do these tasks. And the more that you can associate your dysregulation and overstimulation with those, the more that your brain will want to prioritize it because it will see the risk associated with not completing them. And number 2 is to categorize these care tasks together. Let me introduce you to a concept I like to call your houseplant needs. At its core, houseplants only need a couple of things in order to survive. They need soil, they need water, and they need sunlight. And so just like a houseplant, you have core needs that need to be met in order to not become completely dysregulated. And so I encourage people to group these 5 core needs together and labeling them as your houseplant needs. Think of it like a quick shorthand, just like you do with the whole phone, keys, wallet thing. And when you feel dysregulated, when you feel that energy level rising and you're feeling yourself rushing and you're feeling yourself getting anxious, ask yourself, which houseplant need have I not been meeting? Have I not been meeting all of them? Can I take 5 minutes and do a little bit to address each of my houseplant needs? Because I bet you anything, if you're feeling dysregulated and you take 5 minutes to have a snack, have a drink of water, put away a couple of things in your visual environment, and move a little bit, you'll probably feel better. And you can also use this concept of houseplant needs proactively. So every day, make a goal to do one thing to address each of your houseplant needs. You will stay more regulated and you will hum along at an even keel a lot more easily. Also, if you have ADHD and you're struggling with binge eating, I am currently enrolling for my 8-week ADHD food freedom course. Check out the link in bio for more information.